Hello and welcome back everyone for another session in the Underworld. We are back from after a break of 4 months and we are just gonna start from where the party has left. We are in the Underdark at the temple of Orcus. The party has managed to slay the fallen demon lord. But right after they slain the creature, an army of twisted and dark creatures led by the entity known as the White Spot Devil, invaded the temple. Apparently, the White Spot Devil true identity was Folly, the drow that assisted the party and gave them the intel of the location of the temple. But he hid a very dark secret and dark origin. He is the son of Prince Vascularo and brother of Brynhilda. Foley took the horns of the fallen demon lord and merged them to their foreheads, basically absorbing the horn of Orcus to themselves. Brynhilda fainted after the ritual, while Foley was still standing and laughing menacingly. He was so pleased with the result of this raid that he decided to spare you out of, out of respect to his sister. And him and his army are currently marching outside, leaving you behind. So, yeah, what do you guys do?
Uh, Picking up Bryn. We're getting out of here.
So you just go away, not doing anything,
Le unconscious.
not picking anything.
Oh, I'm grabbing his greatsword. I'm not leaving without that.
You touch the greatsword, and Baskia, I want you to roll me a DC, a saving throw of Wisdom, 20 DC.
One second, got to look at what Basky's wisdom save is. The sheet would load. It is a +0, flat D20. So I need a natural 20, baby. Come on, natural 20.
Good luck with that.
Hey, when a DM tells you good luck, and I have that +6 if I need it, I probably won't use it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Also remember, all the rolls are done in roll 20. You don't roll outside of the game.
Yes, I'm rolling in roll 20. If it's sending, because roll 20 decided to reload itself. It did not send. Okay, why? Slash roll D20. That's a natural 20.
Oh, what? No.
God
What?
damn.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
Wow. Yep. First roll of season 2, guys. Net 20. That's how you start the campaign. So,
You're the one who said I'm not gonna roll it, so I did.
when you touch the sword, you feel a sensation that shaken your very core. You are used to the cold, but this kind of cold is something that making you shiver. You have no idea what is this, but what frightens you is it feels familiar. So yeah,
Hell, what the hell's? He's gonna basically attach it to his back. He's gonna hold on to it. That's something for
Okay.
later.
Will take you 1 hour to get attuned to this item.
I will attune to it when Brunhilde wakes up. That's Basky's biggest concern right now. Let's get out of here. We need to get to a place safer than this.
DM, I don't believe we gave a specific timeline for when my consciousness returns, so I'm just going to leave it to you to decide.
I mean, does anybody trying to wake up Brunhilde?
Basky's not until they're out of the temple.
So nobody's actively trying to Brunhilde. So, anyway, well, you guys are starting to get your things and get ready to leave. Something strange happens. You see a portal open next to you. And a strange figure emerges from the portal. Let me get the token up.
It's just an old man. What's he doing here?
I thought I taught you this lesson, old man. Or what's the line from SpongeBob? How many times do we need to teach you this lesson?
It's Thor.
Oh God!
Oh gosh, I know who he is.
This is just an old man, nothing
I've
suspicious.
seen that man in action. No.
I have a character who's been cursed by Isathar. No, thank you.
So, well, what does Izatar do?
He comes striding out of the portal, his voice booming and echoing throughout the Temple of Orcus. All right, Orcus, I'm here. Where's my money? Oh, wait, he's dead. Well, all right. And he kind of starts to take in the folk around the dead body of the emaciated Orcus.
Yeah, and while he does that, you can clearly see Lorenzo is in shock. He's like standing still, not daring to move.
Oh, hey, that's mine.
You see Lorenzo is
What?
getting ready to attack the wizard.
Lorenzo, this dude just opened a portal into the Underdark in the Temple of Orcus. We won't survive if you do that.
You don't understand, he's a monster, Lorenzo say.
Basky with his 3
Grudges
heads.
pay us no sorrow.
Then what are you
He's less
doing
of
in a place
monster
like
than
this?
us. We killed Orcus.
Oh, I can see that. Makes you quite a
Yes.
group of dangerous adventurers, doesn't it?
No, not really.
Ho, 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 ho.
More
That's the right
servants.
answer.
So, Izatar is looking at the corpse of Orcus, but after he noticed the horns are gone, he's checking everybody, and he glances over the unconscious Brunhilde. Something attracts him.
Now that's something interesting you got there, Well, are you a dragonborn, or... I can't even tell at first glance. But what's that little thing?
It's not a thing. Brun is a person.
Yes, yes, everything is a person to some people. That rock is a person, and I can make it animated. Hand over the thing.
So the wizard is asking Basky to deliver Brynhilda to him. Basky, what do you do?
You just said no.
And how does the wizard respond?
All right. That was the only time I'm going to ask nicely. This isn't a nice place, and I'm no longer responsible for what's about to happen. Here we go.
So,
Take my friend.
Bryn, please put the soundtrack that I just tagged you. Now, it's only going to be a minute, but please listen very carefully to the sound that is currently being played by Brynbot.
It's been a while since I've set up music.
That's okay.
It's
No hurry.
just P exclamation mark play with the link.
I don't think it recognizes that link.
Assuming a YouTube link.
It's a YouTube link.
It also
Oh,
works
I
with
grabbed it wrong.
Spotify.
Haha.
Anybody hear something?
I mean, Pancake didn't enter the room, so I think my first Pancake command was correct.
Somebody bring it pink.
It's
My
Wait.
goodness.
you need to do is P then exclamation mark. You're putting the exclamation
P
mark
ex-
first.
Uh-huh. P exclamation. Yeah, right? Okay.
And then play.
My goodness.
There you go.
Got
Well,
it for you.
Okay, please listen very carefully.
Ooh.
While the wizard contemplate what to do to these mortals, a weird ominous sound heard from the walls. You have no idea what's coming, but feel cold sensation of some monstrous approaching.
I believe we need to get out of here.
As you hear the roar, a portal opens behind you. And you see this creature emerge from the portal.
Oh,
Got bollocks.
him.
And
I
you
remember
see,
that one.
and you see that on top of the creature,
Yes.
Prince Vascularo is riding on it. And as he casually fly all over the stage, he looks directly at the wizard. And he teleports right in front of him. Well, hello there.
pretty big, aren't you?
Well, you know, size doesn't really matter. If you don't mind, I would like you to not interfere with my meaning.
Oh, these are your minions. Even that little one there.
Which one is he referring when he says little one?
I mean, he's pointing in Basky's general direction, but he's pointing at Brunhilde. No, not the scaly one.
The little one.
Yeah, Vascularo is
That's
casually
huge.
Vascularo is casually pointing at Basky. He tells the wizard, "That is my cat, and that is my daughter."
I am not a cat.
He squints really closely at you, Vascularo, but like not threateningly, but like just like pondering, and then turns over to Basky and Brunhilde. I see what you mean. Very good resemblance there. And that is one nice cat. Kind of glances
I
around.
am not a cat.
I see you have a wizard minion. Not very strong. Keep studying there, boy. He turns to Lorenzo. You're coming with me. He kind of wiggles his fingers, and Lorenzo's sword flies out of his hands and over to Izathar. And then he snaps his finger of his free hand, and you see Lorenzo's body just lock up and collapse and fold into a very easy to carry position.
It's an
Uh,
easy fold, man.
Suitcase mode.
First of all, here's the art for Vascularo, the new players. And this is for... No, there we go. This is for the Leviathan. And
Giant
Vascularo
fucking shark.
Vascularo would just raise an eyebrow. That thing is my property, if you don't.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. This sword clearly has my inscription on it, and he holds it up to you. And you can see that there is a little insignia somewhere on the blade.
You see Vascularo is like examining the sword. And he actually looks a bit impressed. Oh damn, you are right. Well, I guess it will make you the legal owner of this creature.
If you could call it that. It's really just a series of tubes and rods with some smoke in it, and the smoke happens to think that it's sentient. I'll work on that. Ho, ho,
Yeah.
ho. And this was a part of taking down Orcus? Ho, ho, ho. Oh, when your guardian robots become sentient and start taking down gods, you know you've had a great day.
Indeed. Well, if you're just gonna take him, and please do not attack my minions in the future, if you don't mind.
Is there some way I can tell that they are yours?
Well, yes. He makes Basky into a three-headed cat and show him the runes
Hey!
on the back of his neck.
I'm guessing
Hey, I did not
Brunhilde
consent to this.
collapses to the ground because she's no longer being held up by Basky.
Casually falls to the ground. Yet you see Vascularo is like realizing what he did. Oops. Sorry.
You turn basket
I'll do
back to
1
normal
point
so
of
you can
bludgeoning
cover
damage
it
to
again.
myself.
And yeah, he's showing the ruin to the wizard.
I see.
Isn't there
I
also a
think I
second
can-
mark from Brins?
Well, he decided to show Basky's.
No, Basky has his and Brunhilde's mark.
Yeah, but Vascularo is specifically pointing at his mark.
Yeah, I just can't remember. There's like 2 marks on the back of Basky's neck.
I'm not sure how this works, but all right. If I see this in the future, I'll maybe not destroy them quickly.
I appreciate that. No need for unnecessary comment.
This, he kind of looks over at the big Leviathan. This has anything to do with the weird stuff going on in the abyss lately?
You can say that.
All right, I think you and I are gonna get along just fine.
You are welcome to visit in hell if
Can I stop being a cat now?
no. And as the wizard go back to the portal and taking Lorenzo with him, they just simply disappear. And Vascularo is looking pleased at the rest of the party while patting Basky, and he says it's time to go home. You have earned your rest. And I'm gonna move you guys to his palace.
Not in that damn cage anymore.
Ah, sorry. There we go. Who am I missing?
Basti just walks back out. He's small, could fit through the bars as a cat.
I am on the ground unconscious.
Oh, by this point you are awakened.
Yay! Alright, let me do stuff with my inventory.
So, at Vascaloris' palace, the party is regrouped at his throne room. You guys notice some new uh, people that you've never seen before. First of all, you see a coffin that somebody is just keep bumping, knocking it from the inside until it finally breaks, and whoever was inside of it is getting out. Ashley, please feel free to introduce yourself.
Introduce myself in character, or just tell them what my character looks like?
How your character looks like.
Okay. First, what she looks like. She is. She has white hair, very long flowing white hair. She wears a cloak that seems to have been tethered into her normal wear, and what looks to be armor underneath it in order to protect herself. And from what you can see, she seems to have elven features and very bright, dark and bright red eyes. And she is 5'2". She's 5'2".
Finally, someone else that's not gigantic or tiny. You're
And
only mildly short.
she's still young. She'll grow.
You're undead. You don't grow anymore.
I fucking hate being those things. Oh, hey. Name's Warfare and Isagi. Who are all of you?
So, the first people that he doesn't see the party yet. First of all, you see this couple in front of you. put that. Oh, there we go. You see an elven figure that half of his face seems to be burned out. You can actually see charred skull. And he casually looks at you and is holding a very large staff. Next to him, you see this beautiful priestess. Did the art pop up?
Yeah, I can see it.
And they look at you and call you by your name. Welcome, Wolfie. Wolfie, are you with us?
Repeat what you said. I couldn't hear you.
The characters that I just showed you call you by your name.
Oh. Yes, and who might you be?
Well, let's just say that we both know all about you and think we can actually help you.
That's wonderful and all. How did I end up here?
Well, you basically were found unconscious in the middle of the Underdark. But my lovely wife here, he points at the priestess, had tracked you down.
Huh.
And
Oh,
while you were unconscious, I kinda read your minds a bit. Sorry about that. And I think my master will find you very interesting. He might even be able to help your master.
so you know something about my master. Do you perhaps know where he is?
Well, of course. You see,
Mm,
uh, our goal is aligned. We are both interested in releasing your master. Which is
I
why
know
we,
why I'm interested, but why are you interested?
you know, a hand shake a hand. We do him a favor, he will do us a favor. Seems only reasonable, right?
Mhm.
Orphan,
Uh-huh. What?
he said we will do him a favor, and in return, he will do us a favor in the future.
I see. However, what is it that you want from me? Because I doubt you would do this out of the kindness of your heart.
Well,
If you have one, that is.
nah, I gave it a long time ago. But you are a talented individual, and you were trained by your master, and that's worth something. By having you with us, it will basically gain us favor with him and basically allow us to communicate and talk with him without unnecessary hostility.
Alright. Which means you must be the leader of some faction.
Oh, I'm not the leader. I just speak on his behalf.
Or proxy.
You can call
Alright
me
then.
that. I am Black Skull, hand of Asmodeus and his researcher in the dark arts.
I'd say it's a pleasure to meet you, but being stuck in that thing and having to break my way out is not fun. So I'm not
Yeah,
in the greatest of moods at the moment.
considering your heritage, I thought it will suit you better.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways.
We can arrange a comfortable bed for you, but you will have to first accept my master's condition.
I was waiting for you to bring it up. What is it?
Basically, you will have his mark, which will guarantee you will have a connection with him, and if you so happen to backstab us, he will basically take your soul.
Let's see. There's no other fine print I should know about this mark,
Well,
correct?
we can add a clause that if we successfully gain an alliance with your master, you will be released from this contract. Does that sound reasonable to you?
While it does, there's an issue with what you just said.
Hmm?
If you were to fail with making an alliance with him, I would be his eternal slave, would I not?
Yes.
That would be amazing. So basically, it's a gamble with my life on the line, with no
Oh,
guaranteed success.
well, the only thing I can tell you that is guarantee that we are your best chance of releasing your master. Without us, it will simply be impossible for you. You're fighting a very powerful foe. You need support, and we offer just that.
Alright, like you said, you're the best chance I have at finding it.
So I'm just gonna need you to say it out loud. Do you accept the terms of the contract?
I will fairly Yusogi accept the terms. Or
You, f-
contract, if that's what you want me to say.
you feel a burning sensation on the back of your neck, and you can actually feel how the ruin is being carved on your skin. It's only take like 1 minute for it to finish, but and by the end of it, you don't feel anything. I guess welcome aboard.
Yeah.
You will meet
What
the rest of
exactly?
the. You were saying
No, you go first.
you will meet the rest of your party that will assist you on your goal very soon.
Hmm. So, traveling with others. What exactly is my goal here?
Well, basically releasing your master.
If that's it, but sure. It's a
You can
straightforward goal. It's not like I haven't been trying for Who knows long?
Black Skull is just politely giving you this half-twisted smile because half of his face is burned, and tell you to just wait at the entrance of the throne room. And I just put you there. And now we are going to introduce the other party member. I'm going to ask the party to do a perception check.
Did you say perception?
Fuck, I forgot.
Oh my god, you have a better perception than me?
I have expertise and a 20 in wisdom.
Damn, I'm almost there. I needed the observant feat, but I didn't take it. I took the word instead.
I don't have
never wanted to
observant to increase my passive.
I never wanted to blind the character more than Brendan. But anyway,
You would still hear.
No, yeah, he'd still hear them. You have to get rid of every single one of his senses: taste, touch, smell, feel.
Are you telling me I'm gonna
Hearing,
taste an enemy, Basky? What am I gonna do? Lick the
Yes.
floor?
No, you do what a
Yes.
snake does and you taste the air.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Snake tongue.
yep. So anyway, Bronos, you don't hear anything. Brendan, you clearly hear something. Breen doesn't hear anything. Ban, you do. So you can clearly hear the sound of sword clashing, as if there is a fight in the throne room.
Is someone sparring? Or do we have an invader?
I doubt an invader can get this far into a devil prince's lair.
What are you talking about? Who spars or invades in the throne room?
I hear
I mean,
swords.
I've fought a bunch of chain devils in here before.
That's not sparring.
So once you enter the throne room, you see Barbatos. Did the art show up?
Yes, it did.
Is currently dueling with another individual. And Bronco, you may introduce your character. Describe how it looks.
All right. So you see a real quick. Goliath, right? How tall are they? What are we? 8 feet tall, something like that. 9 feet tall.
8 tall. They're 8 to 9 feet.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be rather generous. 9 feet because that sounds cooler. Okay, so the top of their head is at 9 feet tall, clad in dark plate. Fire seemingly pouring out of his eyes and all cracked in his armor, and wielding a massive flaming greatsword. Definitely an angry individual of sorts. And yeah, that's where we're at.
The
Black
duel
Iron.
is stopped by the clapping sound of Vascularo. Bravo! Bravo! He cheers. Asmodeus have sent a very great champion to aid my mission. And he nods at Barbatos, and the devil slowly just go back to his station. And he looks at you, Olfarik, and tell you that you will be assisting his daughter and his minions in their mission for the upcoming invasion for the material realm.
As he does this and as he addresses me, I take a knee in respect, and I say, "As you've been, my master."
Oh, would you look at that? They're just here. And he points behind you, and you can see the rest of the party.
Basky in a cage.
Yeah, Basky is in a cage, yes.
No, isn't it a cat in a cage right now? Just this tiny three-headed cat stuck in a cage.
I mean, it will either be
You
Basky in
never.
a cage or Basky as a cat on Vascaloris petting it. One
I
of the
mean, like, you never turned Basky back to Basky. He's been a cat.
Okay, sure. We have a cat in the prison cell.
How did how well was Ulfric standing up to Barbados in their sparring as we came in, or did we not see much of it?
You can clearly see that Barbatus was testing him, not really going full force. And he handled himself pretty well. He parried the attack and managed to dodge.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. And then now we're being introduced to Warfriend Usagi.
Yeah, basically. The party see Wolfen at the entrance of the throne room, and you see Ulfaric on the stage. And Vascaloris tell you that those are your new party members. Treat them well.
So you're the group I'm stuck with. Okay. What are your names? If you don't mind me asking.
Um, that's a bit of a personal question, isn't it?
Alright, everyone except her. What are your names?
That's Brynhilda.
Alright.
I'm Basky.
Brandon.
Wonderful.
Ronus.
Pleasure to meet
We are the B team.
you. Meeting. God.
Something like that.
Got it.
As Brendan speaks, a snake tongue flickers out of his mouth.
Well, aren't you interesting?
Yes, it's a long story.
Actually, Ashley, can you roll me a perception check?
Yes, I get to use my perception.
Not Brandon, Ashley.
While she's
Aw.
rolling, Brynhilda doesn't have her lightning tiara on because it doesn't fit quite right anymore, and
Oh, it's a
she's not
magical
wearing
item.
most of her
17.
gears, so no.
It's a magical item. It fits your head so it can fit.
Oh, most excellent. Then all right. I guess I might still have it on.
And clearly, Wolfin, you notice that Brendan is vampire.
Oh, yeah, another
Yeah,
one.
he's not even really hiding his form here in the throne room. Everybody knows what he is. He's not bothering to concentrate on keeping up the humanoid form. Transformation flaw, hideous appearance.
You're ugly.
Oh, you took that.
That's level 2. No, it's you. Everybody has that flaw that is a vampire at level 2 transformation.
Yeah.
You have it too.
You
You
get
have
a
to
flaw
take
per
it.
level.
Yeah, no, she
You
just
have
doesn't
to
keep
take
it up.
it.
This is
Yeah.
just what she looks like normally.
Gotcha. Same.
She sees no reason to hide it. In fact, she wasn't really placed to. I don't think so. This is what she is, and she'll fucking she accepts it.
Yeah. The idea is that it is very obvious you're a vampire unless you do actively try to hide it. So anybody can look at you and be like, "Oh, hey, you might want to hide that in most settlements."
Anyways, it's nice to see another one. Anyways, name's Warfare and Yusogi. But you all can call me War or Farron, whichever works for you. Don't know about the big guy right there, though.
Which
All I
big
know
guy?
is he's stuck up.
We have two big guys. Be specific.
Alright, I'll be right back, lads.
He's back.
Well, Bronco, do you introduce yourself to the party?
Yeah. Real quick here. Can you unlock my token? I mean, I don't need to move it, but in case I need to down the road.
I mean, you can just look at your character sheet and just drag it if you want to put your token.
What? All right. Doesn't matter. Anyway. Um. Well, my name been quite a long time since I have gotten to say it. It is. My name is Ulfric Ironhand. I take off my helmet, which before I do, just peerless darkness, except for two glowing red orbs. And I take it off, and we see what would resemble a Goliath with the tribal tattoos and whatnot, and with a fiendish appearance to him of sorts, and what might your names be? Seeming that we are going to be spending quite a lot of time together.
I'm Brynhilda. Are you a tiefling?
No, I am a Goliath from whenever I was in the regular planes of existence. Come from the far, far north. So no,
Okay.
to answer your question.
She steps back.
I smile, but like the weird kind of like creepy smile. And you see sharpened teeth in my mouth.
Nice to meet you, Ulfric. I'm Bronus. This blue elf.
Okay.
Stand up to you.
I would say it would. Nice to meet you.
Kind
I
of
give you
does a little head
a
nod.
nod.
Yeah.
I return it.
Does Basky introduce himself?
That's Basky.
I think you
Basky's the
said
one
he
in.
was. Yeah.
That's Basky, right?
I'm
Yeah,
Brendan.
Sorry about that. Had a work phone call.
Well,
This guy taking work phone calls. Nah, I see that you are
I'm back.
one of the magical arts, necromancer.
Cleric, actually. Though I dabble.
That's a surprise. Yet,
I
that
gave him a
also
few
being
books
said,
on it.
it's nice that we have some well-learned individuals here.
Yeah,
Basky's
I should have 4 skeletons. I animated like a few new bodies and one of my old skeletons. There we go.
Basky's
Whoa!
going to
Whoa!
FaceTime.
God!
What?
They're multiplying!
Oh no! The gang!
are you
Basky's gonna
satisfied?
face
Are you satisfied
Vasculars.
now?
Can you
I'm
turn me
satisfied.
back to normal?
Skelly boys.
I don't want
The
to be a cat in a
mitosis.
cage all day.
There we go. There's my skellies.
Yep, they're all snapping their fingers as they introduce themselves.
They're rattling.
They communicate by snapping their fingers.
That's great.
Yeah, they're the backup dancers.
They're the high.
And
The backup dancers to the crack charade we get up to sometimes.
what about you, little one?
He's talking to Basky.
Just because I'm in a cat form right now doesn't mean I'm little. He just won't turn me back. He looks at Vasculars.
Fine, fine. Just stop crying about it. He snaps his finger and you turn back to your normal form.
What is your normal
Vasky
form?
is
Cute as a
a
cat.
tall, muscular dragonborn.
Oh, he was cute as a cat.
I'm gonna throw you into that pit of lava.
Now he has like extra heads just kind of coming out of his chest and neck and stuff. Kinda
Currently,
gross.
no. That happens when he rages. He's normal looking when he's not.
Die.
You go back.
They don't know he's a Hydra-born yet.
Oh, that's pretty rad. Well, that's quite a different appearance. I can say so myself.
Look, they only put me in this cage just because I kept attacking the chain devils.
Yeah, this is for the protection of the devils.
Hey, they're the ones who wanted to spar. It's not my fault they lost a few fingers.
I mean, when you get to the point that the devils just use precautions where you're next to them, you know something wrong with that individual.
Oh yeah.
So,
Who doesn't love a good hunt?
So Vascularo will just clap his fingers, clap his hands to get your attention, and he will say you this. Well, I'm proud of you. You have managed to defeat an enemy of Devil Empire. You have defeated Orcus. And you got the attention of Asmodeus. And he decided to invite you to his palace for a feast to celebrate your victory. You will be we will be summoned to his palace tomorrow. Be on your
I'm
best
going to
behavior.
assume you don't want me to be dressed in entirely winter gear like I normally do.
Oh no, we actually have very expensive dresses and suits on each of your rooms. The best clothing gold can buy.
All right.
You should be honored, because from what I understand, he might even gift you with a reward for defeating.
Well, we just killed a god and now we're going to meet another one. It's been a very long day.
Technically not a god, just a very egotistic demon lord that doesn't realize he's just a demon. Self-proclaiming god.
Eh, Whatever, it's been a long day nonetheless.
Yeah, by the way, how's that sword feeling in your hands?
It feels a bit familiar and I don't know why.
Well, should probably get attuned to it over some sleep.
Yeah, will do.
You two are also invited. He looks at the Goliath and the vampire. Just smile politely and don't be rude. And he tell you you may go to your chambers.
Vasky's probably getting escorted by a bunch of chain demons.
Oh yes.
I have to put up with this every time I try to leave somewhere. Can't even go to the restroom without having escorts.
You got to the point where you remember the names of the chain devils that escort you each time. You are on a common talk. You're asking about how their wife and kids.
They know they can't. Like Vasky is talking to them so normally, but they know if they turn their back, he's gonna be gone trying to fight a different devil.
Yeah, just saying. You got to know them over this period of time. So
But, first, I'm going to tune to my Ring of Mind Shielding from Brynhilda, and then I'm going to tune to my Greatsword over the long rest.
sure, You will know the details about it later on. Does anybody wants to do something before we start with the nightmares?
Oh, Jesus. Of course, there's nightmares. Ah.
Probably going to let my gaze linger for just a moment on both Barbados, Black Skull, and Prince Vascularis before we head out of the chamber. And then I'm going to go straight to bed. Which means, meditating for 4 hours in a trance like state, not actually sleeping.
I
Because
mean,
that's how
you
them
could
elves
still
do.
sleep. You could still
No.
sleep because you're not a full elf.
Maybe. Either way. I'm doing some sort of sleeping thing, but nothing extra.
I will mourn the loss of my forearm skelly, and then I will be going to sleep as well. I'm at 6 HP. I'm hurting so bad. I want my health back.
Don't you have like a life well tattoo? You can prevent your death once a day.
True. I forgot to use it that one time I went down.
Canon, that's on you.
Yeah, no, it is. It totally is.
So nobody's doing anything special.
Nah, I'm not.
Or
So,
Farron is embarrassingly going back to the little coffer and going back in it because it was surprisingly comfortable.
I mean, you have your own room, but if you decide to sleep there, sure.
You can ask
That's-
them to move it there. Move it into your room.
Yeah. Can I ask them to do that?
Sure.
You don't have a bed. You just have a coffin in there instead of a bed.
I don't normally like them, but that one was surprisingly comfortable.
So, if nobody is doing anything special,
You can pretty much get most of the imps here to do what you want. And since you're kind of small like me, I would get them to carry big things for you.
Thank you.
well, if nobody's doing anything special, then we're just gonna move to the main event of this session. So I'm just gonna ask this: who wants to be first?
Ooh.
I guess I'll go first.
Are you sure about that? Just kidding.
Yes, I am 100% sure about that. It's Bass gonna get traumatized anyway, so it's matter get it done.
Okay. So just 1 second. We're just gonna put some soundtrack.
Oh yeah, PTSD time.
Glorious.
Brain,
Who doesn't
you
love
saw the link?
PTSD?
I'll start it up in 1 second.
Okay.
Hey, it worked that time.
So once darkness falls and your consciousness begins to fade away to your dreams, you feel a cold sensation. Somehow you feel vulnerable. You feel the breeze hitting you violently as you are currently in the grasp of an adult white dragon claw. Basky, I need you to make me a perception check.
17. You know what? I'm gonna give myself +6 to that for a 23.
You notice that this particular white dragon has multiple scars all over his body. You can actually see some torn horns on his head and some holes in his wings. Seems like this dragon has been through a lot. You recognize this dragon as your mother.
Excuse me?
You are excused. And I'm gonna need you to make me an insight check.
Another 17.
Wow, Basky is rolling a high today.
Nat 20, 17, 7.
You can feel, you can actually see on the expression of her face that she's horrified and she's panicking as she's trying to fly faster and faster, keep looking back. And Basky, make me a dex save.
There we go. My luck finally ran out.
13. Well, your mother managed to move you right on time. She is currently flying above the clouds, but suddenly a giant spear pierced the cloud and just go a few inches from you. It actually created a small hole in the cloud. That's how strong the frost was.
What the hell?
I need you to make me a perception check.
Okay, my luck has waned.
You look down to the earth through the hole in the cloud. You don't really see anything, but you do see a silhouette of something gargantuan is crawling on the ground.
What the fuck is going on?
Now, question, what languages does Basky speak?
He has forgotten his natural tonic tongue, so he speaks Dwarven and Common.
Make me an intelligence check, just to see if you understand the words. Yeah, you have no idea what is currently talking, more like howling at the sky toward the dragon. But you can probably deduce that this is giant tongue. As you hear the creature keeps screaming and giant and keep throwing spears after spears. You see your mother suddenly freezes and immediately flip over to protect you. And you feel a barrier surrounds you as a lightning breath strikes her from under the clouds, electrifying her body. She used all her powers to protect you from getting hit by that breath and absorbed all the damage. You can feel how she fast descending down towards the ground, keep holding you so you will not get hit by the impact. And you feel the sound of her large body hits the ground. I think it's huge. Adult dragon, correct?
Yeah, adult dragons are huge.
Yep. So she is huge. So you can feel the impact of her huge body lands on the ground, creating a small crater. And I'm gonna move you to the map. Yes, there is a map.
Oh,
So, Basky, say hello to your mother.
What?
It takes you a few moments to get conscious. You can feel how the lifeless body of your mother laying on the ground next to you. You keep
come on.
shaking her, asking her to wake up, but she doesn't respond. What do you do?
Is that a nearby house?
Seems like an abandoned house, mostly in ruins.
He's gonna try to get in the house and find supplies, healing potions, something to help his mother.
Okay. Just gonna make sure you understand the currently situation. This is like a 20-foot drop.
Go climb off his mom. What else can he do?
Well, you hear something behind you. You can actually make me a perception check.
Hey, 17's back again.
You look behind you, and the storm is so thick and hard, you can actually manage to see only the silhouette of this giant reptilian centipede creature crawling in the forest, crushing trees while he trying to reach you. And you are frozen in fear. For some reason, you know this creature, and you know that trying to escape it is useless. And you see this creature appear before you.
Man, I wanted space hippies, not this.
You see the Bahir is hovering above you, smelling you, and you can see his huge teeth and a bit of drool is getting on the ground next to you. He seems like he really wants to devour you. But then you hear somebody speaks in giant tongue, commanding him to back off. And you hear the ground shaking as something approaches. The Bahir seems to immediately move backwards and leaning his head as if he's bowing. And you see this individual smash a tree as he stands in front of you. Just 1 second. All 20s. Yeah, connection problem. Anybody else has connection problem?
I'm good. Might need to
Mine's
reload.
I'm
fine.
good.
I haven't been having issues, but
Yeah, just reloading the page. So, the creature reveal himself. Here's the art for this lovely fellow. At first, you see this giant figure holding a giant spear that is adorned by corpses tied with ropes to it, as if they were tokens. Basky, make me a perception check.
Nope.
Well, even with a 4, you look at the corpses that are tied to the spear, and you can actually see some of them moving. In an unnatural way.
Oh God.
The closer this giant come closer to you, you notice that the people that are tied to his spears are basically undead, tied to his spear. Basky, make me a wisdom save. This is 20.
Nope.
As somebody who heritage is of a white dragon, the cold never bother you anyway. But this sensation, this shivering, this unnatural feeling got you feeling cold for the first time in your life. Because that is the cold of death itself staring right at you. You see the giant looking at the corpse of the dragon. He speaks in giant, and you can make an insight check to try to deduce what he's saying in this situation.
18.
You can clearly see that this giant is unhappy of this outcome. He casually kicks the corpse of the dragon while also pointing the spear at the Bahir, as if he's complaining about the result of this hunt. Seems like he wanted her alive. And then
He's scooching away slowly.
he looks at you. Where do you think you're going? He says that in common. You see the giant is coming near you. You know, I've been patient for all of these years, trying to create the perfect outcome. But just like the rest of them, it's sad to say that you are also a failure. Shame that she's dead. Now I cannot create more. Try to attempt to create more. But I guess you cannot cry over a spilled milk. I would just have to hunt another one. But for you, I'm going to give you one last chance. Show me that you're not a failure. Show me that there is a reason to keep your meaningless existence alive. And Basky, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. DC is 20.
Oh my God.
You feel the sensation in your neck as if the heads are trying to come up, but you cannot manage to get them out. You remember trying multiple times to get those heads out, but you only get the sensation that something is crawling under your skin, never actually manifesting. The giant looks disappointed.
He's gonna cold breath the giant, then try to run.
Sure, are you trying to attack him?
It's a dexterity saving throw.
It's cold damage, correct?
Yes, because if this is in the past, it would be cold damage. If it's present day, it's radiant damage.
Well, you're doing the breath attack. The cold doesn't seem to do any damage to it. Oh, you dare to even attack. Well, I don't need this shit anymore. And he kicks you right at the stomach. I'm gonna need you to make me a dex save.
That is a 19 plus 2 for a 21.
You manage to dodge the kick, and it only bruises you a little, but it is enough to push you over the edge towards the river. And you hit your head on the rocks when you land, and the current is dragging you away.
Mom.
And you feel that the darkness falls at you again. But before you wake up, you see the sword appear before you. It has the same aura that the giant was radiating. And the sword speaks to you. Ooh, I haven't seen him in a very long time, the sword said.
Seen who?
Well, the Death King.
He's gonna walk up to the sword and put his hands on it. Well, even death can die eventually. He's gonna grip the sword.
The moment you touch the swords, you feel its power coming through you. And here's are the details of the sword.
It's a +3 greatsword? Hell yeah. You have resistance to necrotic, vulnerability to radiant damage. You want to kill with the weapon. Can resurrect them as a ghoul under the Toon Wielder's control. The Toon Wielder may cast a special.
What the fuck?
Have 2 charges. It resets at midnight. The target, the maximum hit points reduced. Each sponsor has to make a DC 15 con save. On a success, S ends. On a failure, the target takes 2d6 necrotic turn and must attempt. Adds 2d6 unholy. Add 2d6 damage to any target that is not good alignment.
That is good alignment.
Oh, that is good alignment. Consult. On a critical hit, deal an additional 3d6 damage and a 10-foot radius to all creatures around you. A deal with death. When you drop to 0 HP, you continue to fight. However, you auto lose 1 death save. You must make death saving throws and suffer normal effects from taking damage at 0
So you're
HP.
conscious while you're dying. You don't do.
Oh,
You
there's-
keep fighting while you're making your death saves.
Oh, that is.
That's
I'm
really
gonna-
cool and terrifying.
You also
However, if you
forgot,
get a nat 1, you're fucked.
you also
No,
forgot
hold on.
to read one part.
What was it?
When you are attuned to
Holy-
this blade, your skin blackens and you feel a change in your body.
What? Am I no longer a chromatic white dragonborn? Am I a chromatic black dragonborn?
Basically a black dragon who has cold breath with blue eyes. Congratulations.
No, I have radiant breath because that fucking potion fucked it up.
Anyway, once you go black, you never go back. So, you wake up
I'm
and
a
you
chrom-
notice that your scales are now black.
I did not sign up for this.
So this was the first nightmare. I hope you are satisfied.
Yes, I'm going to copy and paste this into the Loots channel so it's a lot easier to keep hold of.
Okay.
You got an awesome item. Congratulations.
Okay. So this was the first victim of tonight. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay. So let me just set the right music for this. There we go. Brian, if you can put that music. I did promise trauma.
You also gave a very cool item and very powerful.
I mean, it's Orcus' sword.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess we did kill a god for it.
A demon lord, but okay.
Demigod. Close enough, right?
So just waiting for Brian to set the music. By the way, do you guys want to do a break?
Yes. I want to get some more. I want to get another drink. I'm gonna need a shot of vodka for this session.
Okay, so
I'm
let's
cool with
do
a
a
10
10-minute
15
break.
minute break.
10-minute break.
10 15 minutes.
Ooh, okay.
Alright.
Alrighty.
I'll grab a
Perfect.
drink.
Gives me time to do something.
Who's dreaming next? Or have we decided?
It's Asher next.
I am.
Ooh.
I'm going next.
New
Anyways, I gotta go
friend.
do.
Oh,
I gotta
hey,
go do
who
a
wants
chore
my
real
old
quick.
legendary longsword?
Me.
Uh,
You already
Is it
have the
deck?
other one, bro.
I want
You
two.
Is
can't
it
attune
dex
to
based?
both.
Ah.
No,
Those are both gone.
it's a longsword.
Then
Those
no.
are both gone.
What do you mean they're both gone? They never got left for my inventory. I have
Alright.
mine.
I could
Well,
use
you
it.
have,
I
I
do
mean,
sword
you
and
have-
board too. Unless nobody else wants it.
No, it's
Unless Brent, you want it, Brent?
it's no, it's more that I thought that the Climb Soul and the whatever Climb Nox or whatever those two Raven Queen swords that we were using were. I thought they were gone.
No, we have them. I'll give them to our paladin friend. You can have this one when you attune. I'll send you the actual link to the homebrew item I made.
Nice. Nice.
I would just confirm that we as a party still possess these two god relics because I do not think that we do.
I don't remember them ever being taken away or anything. I still have mine in my inventory. I don't know if they were supposed to disappear.
I believe we were given them to kill Orcus, and they never said they would take them back. So I assume we just kept them.
All right. Well
That
then,
is a fair assessment.
go ahead and hope, and I guess don't bring it up, and then maybe when you reveal and start using them, they won't randomly disappear. So again, I'm just saying, for the sake of not hedging your bets on something that might disappear that I expect isn't there anymore. But up to you. I don't know. Ignore me.
Oh yeah. How's everybody's day going so far?
Pretty good, man. Yourself?
Not bad. It's been a hot minute. Been a hot minute, bro. Mm. Mm.
I'm excited for this 3-day weekend.
Oh,
Halfway
I
through.
hear that.
Yeah,
Feeling
I
good.
have a paid vacation Monday. A
That'd be
paid
pretty
day
sweet.
off. I mean, I know I'm getting it because they told me I have a paid day off Monday.
Yeah, I just have a day off Monday. But I worked a half day, and then last week they paid me for a whole day, so that's not bad. Blah, blah, blah.
That is an insanely powerful weapon. Wow.
And I'm
It
back.
is pretty insane.
I mean, it's a legendary weapon.
I ain't complaining. I'm just reading.
Question is, should I go get a brewski while I have 2 minutes left?
Do it. You're running out of time.
You're right. If I gotta ask myself, I already know the answer.
That's right. His Warfrin is going next, and then what? Brendan? I'm excited for that one. I also want to see Bronus. Bronus Dream, go.
You should be excited to yours.
I'm scared of Bronus Stream.
I got my drinking chalice. Glorious. I think it's what would be considered for like a fish bowl or something like that. I don't even know what it is. It's just this big, maybe like a frosted, one of them like frosted margaritas or whatever. But it perfectly fits 2 cans of beer in it. It's great.
Why? That's double the normal cans of beer that you can fit in a cup.
I know, right?
That's
And now,
preposterous.
I know it's glorious. I just wish it was like slightly cooler. Like I saw one that was like, you know how they have like those crystal glasses that are like super etched, super fancy.
Oh,
I found one. I was gonna like upgrade this one to that one, but I ended up not getting it for whatever ungodly reason. So I think next time I find a glass like that,
I think the danger with something like
Chalice.
that is that if it's not always meant for like heavy use,
No,
that's the part I would worry about.
this is true. That
Just
being
just
said,
get
though,
yourself like a big, really tough glass flower vase.
that would work.
It'll be durable enough and have enough volume to hold the beer that you need. You just need to also make sure that it has a comfortable lip from which to drink from,
This is fair.
or a good lip from which to decant. You know, say you're using a smaller vessel for which to sup from.
Go check your PM real quick. I just sent it to you. The current one. It's pretty solid, so, but it just doesn't look pretty.
Ooh, that is a goblet.
Oh
Nice. Oof. Get lost in Margaritaville with that one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It fits to the top. It can fit a whole bottle of wine. In case you're feeling extra crazy.
Well, it is Sunday. Oh ho.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
This is true. Oh my.
Well,
Oh
just let me
yeah.
know that everybody's back.
I'm back. I'm resistant to cold too. Yeah. Which doesn't really matter, but we're there. We did it.
It does matter.
You're right. Resistance to anything does matter.
I mean,
You know,
hey, I now have two things that I'm not resistant to while raging: radiant damage and psychic damage.
that's
But I
pretty
won't
sweet.
be vulnerable while raging.
You are
I'll just
vulnerable
be
to
resistant.
Radiant.
When you rage, I get resistance. I imagine those two would cancel it out.
Yeah, but this is a legendary weapon, and the side effects
And
are
this is
very
my
strong.
class feature. I mean, yeah, it's still getting rid of one of my resistances from my class feature. That's what I'm saying. I imagine it cancel it out.
No, this is not canceling it out.
Damn.
I mean, you get a lot of benefits. You're gonna have some downside.
Oh yeah, I know it has a downside.
Oh, you don't know the full extent of that downside, but okay.
I know one of the downside. There's also something stirring inside of me. And if the name implies, it imagines a thirst for killing.
Don't you also have one less fail? So that way if you roll a nat 1, you're
Yeah,
actually dead.
I mean, we have a cleric with Revivify. We just need to give him a diamond.
This is
Yeah.
true.
If you like it, you're gonna put a ring on it.
I mean, Bryn did give Basky a ring of mind shielding. I
I
am
think
no
everyone's
longer a
back.
telephone for Vascularo.
So, anyway, everybody's back.
I'm back.
Oh yeah.
Ashley's
Guys,
back.
I am here.
I'm really persuasive.
Still waiting on Ashley.
Ashley said she had to go
back.
do something real quick. Oh,
I'm
there we go.
back.
World's most persuasive man.
Alright. And I'm ready.
Okay. So, Bryn, did you put the music there? Ask.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
I
the
hear
soundtrack.
blizzard sounds.
Yeah, it's the Blizzard.
Oh, that's really
Somebody
weird.
do
Well,
somebody
I'll
do
do
the
it
skip
anyways.
command.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. P-skip.
You didn't skip the other one.
There we go.
That's so. Ashley, you here?
I'm real.
We are starting the night. So, as darkness falls, memories of the past begins to. You remember being sucked out of your blood by a vampire. You remember the strong grasp on your throat as fingernails penetrate the skins of your neck. You remember how she licked lips with pure lust as she enjoyed and casually tossed you aside. She commands one of her minions to heal you, just so she can feed on you tomorrow. That ritual, say, continue for 1 year. Every day you will drain of your blood to satisfy her hunger. Over time, you begin to wonder, is this what my life is being reduced to? You remember how your parents sold you to slavery. You remember being blindfolded and you walked for days, barely with any breaks. Couldn't even go bath, just continue to walk while doing your, your needs. Urgent. And one day, when she was about to feast on you, somebody told her to stop. You see this figure. You can hear the vampire calling him Kazan. He demands her to stop. She is telling him that you are her property. She can do whatever she pleases with her food. And you can see him standing between you and her, and telling her he will pay for you whatever she paid, whatever the cost she paid, tenfold. She raises her eyebrow, but she says, huh, have it your way. He looks at you and he gently touches you on your forehead. You fall asleep. You remember waking up in a bedroom. It was the most luxurious room that you ever slept in. The bed was so comfortable and the pillow were just so soft. You see a vampire spawn tell you to follow him once he noticed you waking up, and he guided you to the vampire prince. Once you stood in front of him, of his throne, he asked you, what is your name? Wolfin? Hello? Are you with us?
Fuck. I was muted. I. Um. Wolf. Usagi. Usagi. I think that was my name.
How did you end up a young child at this realm of death?
Where I am.
What? I didn't hear you.
I remember being taken somewhere by my parents. They were talking about selling me, I think, and then they had blindfolded me. I was with these weird elf people for a long time, and then was, I think, sold off to the lady.
Kazan asked you, Do you want to leave?
Leave? To where?
Back home?
I don't want to go back. I don't want to be held to the expectations that I'm meant to be better, that I'm meant to be worth to something.
And why do you say that, child?
I'm not. I'm not better than anyone. I'm not special.
Clearly you are blind to the truth, cause I do see a potential in you. How about we make a deal? I'm going to train you. You be under my wing. And if after 100 years you wish to leave, I will let you leave. But you're gonna have to work hard to earn your freedom. I will not treat you as a slave. I will treat you as a warrior. What expects you is a very harsh regime of training and bloodshed. Do you accept this path?
I I do. It's better than running away.
You see him smile, and you can see flashback of the time that you trained with him. And over the years, you have grown stronger and more agile, more accustomed to battle. But then one day, the prince was exiled away from the realm. His last words to you were, protect my family. And you swore that you will protect them with your life. But then, when you say your oath, flames begin to circle you. Screams of dying s- echoing in your head. Blood is all over your body as you see this vivid memory before you. A throne room covered with bodies that have been massacred and burned and torn to shreds. You see on the throne room two large vampires stand next to the throne. You know them as the Long Shadows. You know they are the advisors of the head priestess of Bahal. And in front of you, you see the lady that have been feasting on your blood for 1 year of your life. You know her as the head priestess of Bahal, Valika. And she looks in front of her, and on the floor, you see a vampire woman on the floor, wounded, looking with pure hatred at the priestess. You know her as the wife of Prince Kazan. And the priestess, looks at the former queen Do you know why I'm doing this? The queen just spit blood on her dress. 'Cause you're a fucking bitch. Well, that too. Valika just jiggles. Your husband has been out of line. And I did warn him that while he's in exile, there will be consequences for his action. Hence the consequences, as she gestured towards the room filled with the slaughters with the slaughter. The queen looks at her with disgust. What have you done to my daughters? Sorry.
Bless you.
Oof. The priestess tells her she doesn't need to worry. She will keep the daughters alive, because they do share the same blood and the same blessing from the god. Unlike her, unpure and a cheap imitation of the greatness of Baal. And she just used psychic power to just shove the queen to the flames. You see, helplessly watch your lady, the one you swore to protect, gets burned. What do you do, Ashley?
No! You fucking bitch!
Oh, which
No.
reminds me. Before she throws the body to the flames, she decapitates the head of the wife, put it in a chest, then throw the body to the flames. Sorry, one small detail.
Once
Oh,
I'm out, I'm going to drag your ass to hell and kill you, you fucking whore.
I just hate when the food talks back to me. And you feel invisible power drag you from the flames, getting you burned a bit, as she grab you by the throat with one arm, barely making an effort. Do you want to know why my big brother decided to save you? Not because you're worth something. You are useless. I mean, just look at this massacre. You were supposed to protect her? You failed. You are useless. You broke your oath. I wonder what response my brother will make once I tell him the news and deliver the head of his dear wife. I just cannot wait to see his expression. You can actually see her enjoying this, like some sort of ecstasy. But anyway,
You sadistic bitch.
but as I was saying, you want to know the real reason why my brother took interest in you? And once she's saying that, you can see actually her hands, the one that is grabbing your throat, changing. Make me a perception check.
You're
Okay.
bad at these, right?
God, no. I am great at these. Dirty 20.
You can see that her hand, just 1 second. I want to make sure the details are correct. Yeah, you can actually see white scales and red claws are that resemble that of a dragon grabs you. Her eyelid begins to change to that of a dragon. You can actually see this red, uh, draconic eye staring at you. It looks like the eye itself is on fire. You see, me and my brother are very unique. We have been born with the gift of Bahal. We are the true heirs of God. But not everyone who's born to royalty gained this blessing. My younger sister didn't. I remember when I killed her, she was about your age. I just couldn't stand her smug face when she doesn't have anything to offer. She was not worth having royalty blood when she was so useless and ungifted. So I just took her out. Of course, I made some story that something happened, it was an accident, and they all believe me, except my brother. He saved you because you remind him of her. Which is also why I picked you personally, because you remind me so much of her. Which is why I was delighted sucking your blood for a whole year, making you scream. You see her really getting angry, remembering her sister. But anyway, bygones be bygones. You are no longer needed, and sadly, because you have turned, your blood is not that good anymore. So, guess what I'm trying to say is, be gone. And she tossed you with invisible force through the window outside, and you feel like you're free falling to the abyss. But you're using your magical item that you received from your master and turn into a bat. She sees that and screams from the palace. Good luck surviving. Hope you can manage to live with the shame. You keep flying for hours, afraid to look back, with tears in your eyes. You have failed your mission, Master, as you lose conscience and land ground. And that is your nightmare. Well, I hope you're satisfied.
That was nice.
Okay, so who's the
What an
next?
incredible sister.
Yeah, loving family. So who's the next victim?
Let's see the cleric get tormented.
Oh boy.
So Brandon, you're next.
I suppose so.
Okay. So just gonna change the music. Yes, a lot of music.
Gotta have those themes. Those jams.
Brain, you saw the link? Brain? Yeah. So as darkness falls upon your consciousness, you remember your childhood. You remember growing up at the street of the city, being an orphan with your brother. You both tried your best to live your daily life. Even though reality was harsh, you always had each other. No matter what kind of trouble you found yourself in, you always knew that your brother would be there and support you. And even though you live in poverty, you were happy. Lucky for you, you were really gifted with gambling. So you got a lot of troubles trying to play with dice with people over money. And each time, your brother had to save you. Life was harsh, but you were happy. Especially after your mother has succumbed to sickness. Your father have abandoned you when you were born. But you were happy. But one day, Neil told you that he needs to live. He needs to find his own path in life. He told you that he is going on an adventure. He is joining a crew to sail over the seas of the world. At first, he didn't want to tell you he's actually joining a pirate crew, but you find out anyway. And you waited months to hear something from him, but you never received any letter or any message. You kept wondering, what has become my brother? And as that thought crosses your mind, you hear a familiar voice who whispers to you, "Hello, Brandon." And let me just change the map. Yeah, let me just reveal something. Yep, if you look to the
I see
left,
it.
you see
Ah,
yourself in front of a table with cards and chips. And you see in front of you the deity that you worship. Allow me to show the art. Vice, the god of vices and addiction. Hello, my acolyte. It's been a while.
it has.
Did you enjoy the gift that I sent you?
What exactly is being referred to?
The magical coin.
That's what I was thinking. It is handy.
Of course. Such is with gamble. High risk, high reward. That is the way of the dice. He said that while there is a dice rolling on his finger. And now I heard that my acolyte has managed to defeat Orcus.
I was a part of it.
Still, a very great feat. Your god is pleased. So pleased that I want to reward you. But you know how I do things. Would you like to know what happened to your brother?
He is somewhere out sailing.
Oh,
That is all I need to know.
my dear
Also,
Orc.
for the record, Neil is actually a shelved character of mine. I'm saving for a different thing.
Oh, then
I don't.
you're gonna hate me. So,
Did you kill him?
no, you will see. The god would just looks at you. Oh, you gullible fool. You really think that his life are that happy and
I
complete?
choose to believe it.
And what if I told you that he is in prison in a fate worse than death? Would you care to know about it, my acolyte? Or did you grow cold from the transformation that you have become numb to your feelings? Vampirism can be a curse.
It never was anything else.
But do you wish to
Tell
know?
me what you wish.
Ah, ah, ah. You know how I operate. You need to win. And you see him taking cards and put on the table. You know my favorite game, blackjack. And I even add a small favor. If you lose, I will still tell you what happened to your brother. But if I win, you will owe me favor.
As if I am not under you as it is.
Oh, but you see, can never be too sure because the kind of favors that I would usually ask for this kind of occasion are the one that is morally questioned. So, do you want to play a game?
Do I have a choice?
Okay. So the dealer is gonna draw a card and see what he got. First is a 5. Second card is yellow. An 8, a 13.
I want to get this as close to 21 without going over it.
Oh, this is now the house. Who is going first, the house or the opponent?
We both draw at the same time.
Okay,
The house
so
goes first, but like the start, I draw my starting cards too.
he draw a 5 and a 8. You may
Okay,
draw your cards now.
I'm gonna draw 2 cards. I got a 4 and a 2.
Okay. Do you draw another card? So far, the house is winning.
Yes, I will. I accidentally dropped them out there. I'm gonna hit. We both draw another card.
Okay. The house draw a card. It's a joker. Ignore that. A 7. So he has a 20.
Hmm.
Okay. Do you draw
Wait.
another card?
I'm gonna hit. I get an ace.
An ace is 11, correct?
No, because Jack's
11 or
11,
1.
Queen's 12. I thought
Okay.
a Jack was 11.
No.
No, aces
all-
are 11 or 1.
Yeah, so an ace can be an 11 or a 1.
Are we
You get to
going?
pick,
Are
and
we
then
doing
all
aces
face
high or low?
cards are 10s.
I mean,
Oh,
up to
okay.
That was
you.
my understanding.
Well, that puts me at a 17, and whatever the house draws, he's above 21 unless he draws an ace.
He's not gonna draw any card. He stops at 20. If you want to win, you're gonna have to draw another card.
So I'm at 17
Or 7.
or 7. Do I have to choose now, or can I choose at the end?
How
You
does it?
choose at the end.
So I will give you the
Basically,
benefit.
it's like a lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, draw a card.
Draw. I drew a 9, so I'm going to do it ace low. That puts me at 16.
Okay. Do you draw another card?
Yep,
You need a 5.
Oh,
that's too much.
bust.
Yep, you must. Ah, you were so close. So a deal is a deal, and you feel A mark of a skull coin is embedded on your heart. No, actually, you have the golden dragon head on your heart already. So I'm just gonna put it on your hand, the coin skull mark on your hand. This, when the time comes, I will tell you what my favor is. But, as I said, a deal is a deal. Allow me to reveal what has become of your brother. And he points at the mirror behind him. You see, by the way, what happened to the music?
It finished playing, I believe.
Can we
It was
replay
only
it?
a 6-minute long one. I'll
We
play it
could
again.
loop it. There we go.
Okay. You see the ship that your brother was on, sailing in a very harsh storm. But suddenly, an aura surround the ship. And I'm talking about a large ship, a pirate ship. It almost seems like a bubble of some sort. And it is slowly dragging the ship down to the ocean. The pirates are restless and panicking. They have no idea what kind of force is dragging them to the bottom of the ocean. All they see is darkness, and they see the creatures of the deep swim next to them. Some of them are gargantuan in size, but they don't approach them. They yell and tell, but once they land on the bottom, creatures started to emerge from the dark and surround them. So allow me to reveal.
Oh, jeez.
Embrace yourself. Why didn't it reveal? There we go.
Alcoholism. The true pirate ship. Oh god.
I'm going to
You
delete all these
see
cards.
around the boat, around the bubble surrounding the boat, you see a pack of whale sharks surrounding the pirate ship.
Were sharks?
Yep.
That's amazing.
They are so cool.
Make me what would be a check to try to identify a group?
What are we identifying?
What kind of whale shark are those?
That I would think would
That would
be
be
Arcana or something, because
it,
it's like
it
a
could be
magical
Arcana,
curse.
nature. The way I see it is
They're both
Arcana
the
or
same
nature.
modifier for me.
I'm gonna say this. Roll me a history check, because you're trying to identify their symbol. Oh wow, a net one. You have no
Man,
idea what.
maybe Brendan should have had that that god.
I'm the
Forgot the
wisdom caster, okay? Not the int caster.
Perception check will not save you now. But you hear the god, your god, whispers in your conscience. Those are the Grimwater pirate crew.
Oh.
A pirate crew that is made of whale sharks. You see them all standing around the bubble, but they are not coming in yet. However, another creature appears behind them. She introduces herself as Haramara, the Hag Naga. She explaining the pirates that they have a choice to die or to join the pirate crew. You see, the pirates are getting prepared to fight, but some of them are also starting to beg, as the whale sharks are slowly starting to enter the bubble. You see them coming closer, closer. Out of panic, a few of the pirates shoot arrows at them. It angers the whale sharks, and they start to kill the pirate crew. You do see your brother, Neil, is running down the ship, trying to hide. But the vision ends with a whale shark biting Neil. You appear again before your god. He is now part of the pirate crew of the Grimwater, serving the Hag Naga. And your nightmare ends. Well, I hope you're satisfied.
That's something.
I hear
Oh,
you typing
jeez.
away, editing that backstory, Astron.
So, who is next?
It's Paladin and Bryn left, I believe.
There is Bro, there is Brim,
Oh,
there is
Wizard.
Paladin. Who's my next?
I can go.
You volunteer tribute?
Yeah, I volunteer as tribute.
Well, because you gave me your backstory in less
Have,
minute, you're gonna
have
have to
fun with it.
you're gonna have to forgive me a bit. So I took some liberty.
That's fine. Do as you need.
You remember fighting in the Great War. You remember serving under the Emperor. You remember that you were part of his royal guard. But you got injured during the war. You were basically on deathbed because of the injury. But while you were dying on your bed, you remember that someone kidnapped you. They dragged you all over the house and put you on a carriage. And I'm gonna move you now to a different. By the way, this is your human Goliath form. Give me if it's not really what you expected.
That works for me. This fella.
We don't get to pick our appearances, so not what you expected is about appropriate.
So you wake up, and this is what you see in front.
Oh, them's my hands.
Yeah, those are your hands. You see that in front of you there is a beautiful woman holding a glass of wine while it's being poured by an abomination creature. And behind her you see actually a huge monster behind her just staring at you. Well, you're finally awake. Now, I'm gonna need to ask you to make me a perception check.
We'll see how that goes. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Something unnatural seems to be about this woman. You notice that the shade of the skin is not really normal. You take a closer look. You realize she's not really human. More like a human-sized doll. And if I have to give you more vivid description, let me just post this picture. Didn't put it on Roll20, so you guys gonna have to look at it on the table on the Discord. This is basically her, but with white hair and not red. You can clearly see that this is not a human, this is a doll. And you can see on her hand there is the digit number 3. Do you know who I am?
No. I figured it would be part of my rudeness of not knowing who you are, but I believe introductions are to be made.
You really don't remember? Did you get wounded in your head? And you actually did get wounded in your head. You are currently suffering from amnesia. All you do remember is the battlefield. You don't really remember much else. You do remember your identity. But other than that, you don't remember a lot. You don't remember what you did on the behalf of the Emperor, the horrors you have done.
No.
That is disappointing. Because you see, she tells one of the creatures to hover above you. You see this like some sort of cube monsters with tentacle? Because I want you to feel the sensation that my family suffered while you butchered them. And you see these creatures' tentacles going under your skin into your brain, basically inflicting psychic damage. You remember seeing these images of children getting massacred, people, civilians, you invade their house and just slaughter them, all on behalf of the Emperor. You question the morality of the order you've been given, but you do it anyway. The creature lets you go. Does do you do you still don't remember?
I see. And you can see that like I'm visibly sweating a bit at this as the memories start pouring back into my head.
I know that you assassinated my family alongside the imperial clowns of the Emperor. Make a history check.
But not bad.
You do know that the imperial clowns are the Emperor personal guardians that doing his, let's say, walking shadow. They're basically assassins, specialize at stealthily getting to their prey victims and slaughtering, while also taunting them and torturing. You didn't even bat an eye when you followed the orders. Do you have any regrets?
You see a very slight smile come across my face. And, not necessarily.
You see number 3 is smiling at you. That was the wrong answer. And you remember being tortured for days by her personally until one day she got bored and basically killed you. This was 50 years ago in the end of the Great War. And your nightmare ends. Well, I hope you're satisfied. This was like last call
Oh, we're good.
thing I had to pull over for my ass. So, uh, okay, who's next? We have Brynhilda and Bro.
Go on, I'll go next.
That's the attitude. Let me see what music I planned for this. Oh yes, this. There we go. Bryn, if you can put the music. Mm,
Oh, you have to turn off loop.
Yeah, if it's looped and you skip, it just skips to the beginning of the next loop.
Man, Mal really done completely changed Basky's entire race. He
oh
went
yeah.
from white chromatic dragonborn with a cold breath to a black hydraborn with a radiant breath weapon.
That's fine.
Look, man, I
Yeah,
went
no,
from human, just variant human, random priest from Swyra, to a vampire with snake eyes and a snake tongue.
Man, our race is really done got fucked up. Bryn's
Half
the
of
only
it
one
was from those
complicated.
potions.
guys,
Half of it
guys,
was from the random potions.
we are still in the session, and I want to start with Bro's nightmare. So, Bro, are you with me?
I'm with you, man.
You remember the day you lost your arm? You remember you were with 2 of your friends, looking at ancient ruins for this tomb. And while searching for the tomb, you remember seeing ancient descriptions that were in unknown language. So ancient that no human scholar will ever know about their meaning, or elf for that matter. But you do find the tomb eventually. But once you and your friends enter the room and you send your hand to touch the tomb, you black out. And once you wake up, you feel the pain of losing an arm. The arm that you once, the arm that touched the tomb, simply evaporated. Your friends, their life have been drained, and all that remains of them were skeletons. And you remember with your other arm, you were holding next to your chest this tomb. and you hear whispers in your mind. You cannot really understand the whispers at the moment, but you do remember one question. Was it worth it? And it keeps echoing in your mind as you're running with tears in your eyes as you run away to your village, away from these cursed wounds. You get back to your family. They treated you immediately. They even provide you with a pros- English is hard. Prosthetic arm? Is that how you say it?
That's right, yeah.
You got it. You got it.
And at first, it's very hard to get adjusted to, and you actually hide the tome from the rest of the family. You even refuse to talk about it, saying you don't remember what happened. However, one day, the cleric of the village demanded to have a word with you. He shows up and casts a spell called Zone of Truth, demanding to know what happened in the ruins. What do you tell him, bro?
I found something.
What did you find, my son?
Something evil.
Timed it with the background music perfectly.
Yes. And what have you done with it?
I've tried to hide it away.
Did you kill your friends?
No. I don't think so. I
Did
couldn't
you,
have.
did you brought this evil to our village?
Yes.
You see, the cleric is looking at you disappointed. There will be consequences from that. Where did you hide it?
It's right here.
It was like literally on you.
I never take it off me.
So you're trying to give the cleric the tome, but the moment the tome leaves your arm and hand it to another person, it burns their hands and automatically teleport to your hand. The cleric accuses you of making a pact with an evil entity. And he wants you to basically trial you for the murder of your friends and basically for bringing this evil cursed item to the village. Now I'm gonna change the map. Do you see the new map?
I see it.
So if you look at the top half, you're basically standing next to this ancient stone, you see?
I see it.
And basically, while you were walking all the way, you were basically the people of the village cursed you, threw rotten vegetables at you, calling you a murderer, calling you a shame to their race. And while all of this is happening, you're looking for your family to see some support, but all of them turned their back on you. And all that is remaining is the whispers from the tomb. But right at the most humiliating point of your life, you can hear a whisper, much more clearer now. It is a sounded like a woman talking to you. She's asking you, do you want this to be over? Do you want to be free? Do you want to have power that you never dreamt of? Do you want to leave your mark on the cosmos?
Yes.
All, what is it? All you have to do is simply raise the tone and put it next to your heart and repeat the chanting. Do you follow her command?
I ask, what will it do?
It will set you free.
I'll do it.
You start chanting while covering with your hand and prosthetic hand from the vegetables and the stones that people are throwing at you. They don't even notice that you are chanting. They just think you're trying to cover your face. And you're chanting, and you actually feel the surge of power through your body. You're starting to feel the woman's presence next to you as she laughs. Good, good. I will show you true power. And right when you're done casting the spell, you see this image appear before you. And as you lay your eyes on her, she leans towards you and kisses you. And when your lips touch, darkness falls. You lose consciousness. For you, it was only a mere minute. But the sight that you wake up to haunts you to this very day. Allow me to show you the true horrors of what you have unleashed that fateful day.
No.
Bodies of people that you used to call family and friends are covered all over the streets. Elemental of all kinds are attacking the village, burning the houses. You see eldritch creatures hovering above the village, devouring the people. You found yourself surrounded by a magical aura. Two arch-wizards are trying to banish you from this dimension. You are surrounded by guards. Everybody is looking at you with despise and hatred. What have you unleashed on this world?
No, wait. This isn't what I wanted.
This is what you wanted. You wanted power and freedom. And now you get it. And as she finished whispering it in your ear, the wizards finish casting the spell and you are banished to the material plane, with no way to return back home. What do you do once you reach the material plane?
I look around in disbelief first. And I start yelling at whoever I think, whatever dark force might be listening, whoever that was.
And what do you say?
No! That wasn't what I wanted! That wasn't what I agreed.
Careful what you wish for, child, because you may just get it.
No, no.
With time, you will see consequences of your act manifest, and you actually feel a pulse coming from your prosthetic arm, changing it a bit. It was normally made from wood and some metal plate, but it started to turn metallic but also biologically attached to you. This is my gift to you. And one day, you will learn to control this power. Find me on the Dark Continent. And your nightmare ends. Well, I hope you're satisfied.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Okay, now for my last victim. Hello, Bryn.
Brynhilda.
Oh ho ho! I'm not
Oh,
sure
you
how
have
it
your
works.
profile back.
Oh, we got Bryn back. So, are you ready to start?
Yas, Chief.
Okay, let's see what music I put for this one. Yeah, this will fit. We have 9 more minutes. I'm sorry if I'm getting a bit overboard here. If you need to go, you may go, but it would take me like extra 10 minutes.
I have time.
That's fine.
So let's just wait for Bryn to put the music, and we can start with the final nightmare. Ah, ah, ah.
Rolling.
You're feeling a sharp pain on your forehead where Orcus's horn have been implemented to your body. It makes you uneasy. You're starting to remember memories that have been repressed for a long time. You Let me just move you to the next map. Everybody see the new map?
Bottom left.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So you remember while you were very young, and when I say young, I mean by the age of 6. You, your mother, and your 2 twin brothers were traveling in the Underdark, trying to look for a shelter while waiting for your father. While you were camping, you remember that you were next to your mother as she was petting you gently, and you were sleeping on her thigh, using it as a pillow. She was singing a night lullaby from Drow society. You don't really remember the words, but you do remember the tone. And you feel calm and relaxed. You didn't realize how much that touch, well, you were missing that gentle touch of your loving mother. And let me see if I have the art for her. There we go. This is the art of the mother. You see your brother now known as Foley, but when you were young, you used to call him Betzalel. Telling you he is done with the guard shift, and now it's your turn to guard. So, you wake up.
Okay.
Your mother gently kisses your forehead as she goes to sleep as well. You see Betzalel before going to sleep. He's saying he's gonna take, going number 2 on the lava.
Ew, Bet. Gross.
Well, I don't really have much of an option here, am I?
Bryn's gonna wrinkle her nose and creep off to go be on watch.
Yep. So, let me just be perfectly clear where he's heading. Where is the arrow mark? Why cannot I see it? What button is the arrow?
It's the ruler looking one.
It's the ruler.
Basically, yeah, he's going in, that direction.
Okay.
And while you're on watch, and you're gonna be healed, I'm gonna need you to make me a perception check.
Most excellent. So whatever I roll, it's gonna be -4 because back then I definitely did not. Okay, wow, yeah. 21 it would be because I wouldn't have had the pact or the thing that I signed with Vasky yet.
Well, I'm gonna need to roll something myself then. Let's see if you manage to spot him. Nope. So, you do notice someone is behind you. But before you manage to make a scream, you feel his hand is over your mouth. You see a dwarf basically holding you with one arm, and the other arm is basically covering your mouth. You recognize him as your uncle. And he seems to be nodding. And
Is
you
it,
note
is this a memory though, or a
it's a
dream, or
memory.
because?
It's a
Oh,
memory.
okay. So I'll recognize him, but got it.
You see
Got
more
it.
dwarves are starting to appear all over. They are slowly approaching your sleeping mother and brother. You see one of them with a spear. He's right next to your sleeping brother.
I am going to attempt to break free and warn them.
Make a strafe check. Strafe saving throw.
My best feature.
I will say this. You bite his finger and manage to release like a small screech. And that small screech was enough for your mother to awake. She is looking panically at the dwarves surrounding her. She immediately looked for her children. And she asked, "Where is Betzalel? Where is Betzalel?" in Elvish. And you see the dwarves are looking hostilely at her. And she is trying to speak in Dwarfish. You speak Dwarfish as well, so you understand what she's saying. But she's speaking bad Dwarfish, like she's not really familiar with the language. So it's really crude. And she basically trying to say she's no threat. And they don't mean any harm. But the dwarf just keep looking at her, disgusted. and very suspicious. Suddenly, your brother wakes up, and the first thing he sees. Oh, there we go, there's my arrow. The first thing he sees is a very scary looking dwarf with a spear, and he screams from terror and shock. But the dwarf, out of pure instinct, stab him with a spear. You're not sure if he was scared, if he was surprised, or he just wanted for an excuse to just stab him. But it happened so fast, and your brother's voice suddenly gone silent. For you, it was if time moved slower, as you screamed his name, and your mother started chanting spells. She casting eldritch blasts and firebolt over the dwarf that killed him, killing him on the spot, and also killing this dwarf and this dwarf, while also attempting to hit the one that is holding you, but he blocks it with a shield. In response, the dwarf starts shooting arrows at her, hitting her in the belly and the shoulder. She keeps demanding, "Give me my daughter back," and she attacks again, killing this dwarf and this dwarf. By this time, the dwarf starting to charge at her, stabbing her multiple times until she laid on the ground as a bleeding puddle. You see, the dwarf noticed movement from your brother, so he continued to stab him as well. You remember screaming helplessly as you watch your mother and brother getting slaughtered in front of your eyes. Your tears cover the fingers of your uncle. You see the dwarf covered with your mother's blood staring at you, demanding to finish you off as well. But your uncle looks at the corpse of the one who started all of this and tells them that this incident could have been avoided. The child is not to blame. And you see him casting a spell and lay his hand on your head. You see a seal appears on your head, and he tells you will not remember this day. But once you wake up, you find yourself at the dwarf village, and they told you that you're not a drow, you're a dwarf, you're one of them. But even though you were taught to be a dwarf, the children of the village still look at you disgusted. And you remember one time the memories of this incident appeared again in your mind, and your uncle had to cast a spell again, blocking this incident and memories from you. And your nightmare ends. Well, I hope you're satisfied.
Question about this memory.
Yes.
So the other surviving dwarves, did I recognize?
Oh, yeah, you do.
So they're all just people from the village that I still know?
Yep.
Very good.
So, yeah, that was the nightmare session, everybody. I hope I did justice to your characters, and I hope you enjoyed it.
So, what the fuck is going on with Basky? Because his mom had multiple heads as well. Is he just a Hydra born naturally?
Fuck around and find out.
Like, did the potion just bring out his inner lineage?
Man, I have a good guess on this one, but I'm just going to be quiet about it.
Only time will tell. Welcome to the Underworld.
I'm going to assume it brought out his natural lineage.
Well,
Man, Basket he went from white chromatic dragonborn to black chromatic hydraborn with a radiant breath weapon.
well, I hope you guys enjoyed the session, especially the new people. This is the tone of the campaign.
It was
I'm
a good time.
excited.
I'm good. I have a goal to kill a giant of death.
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
I have a goal to find my master and kill a fucking winch.
I just watched my uncle kill my mom and my brother. How does that? Yeah. I'm gonna
Man,
stop the recording now because I think the session's over. But damn.
that's some PTSD Brynhilda's gonna have when she wakes up.
I promise you trauma, and I delivered.
Man, we
And
all
probably the urge for vengeance.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the session with this before I hit stop. Alignment change.